alles voor het plaatje. Hè?
Ja, maak even een filmpje.
Potatoes with the skins on it are nice. They just kept the skins on.
Are those new potatoes? Yeah.
I don't know what kind of potatoes they are.
Vastkokende,
Nicolaas.
ik weet niet wat voor wat.
De zak staat daar
That
achterin.
kind over there. The kind they gave me.
Ja.
Is het een nieuwe hanger?
Double.
Oh ja.
Potato.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
Ik ben ook
potato.
de nieuwe
Dat
oogst
was
natuurlijk.
Ja, de nieuwe Nicolaas zijn er. Die zijn wel heel veel smaak.
So you make it with sweet potato? And you get a sweeter.
Just like I said in the bagel class, you try it and just let me know how it works.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Ja.
My milk and water. And do you have can you grab a plastic scraper? Thank you. My lovely assistant. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of get it going until it becomes a chore to use this, and then it'll go on the table here. Just to get it good. Feels nice, nice temperature. In the beginning, once it gets on the table, the butter's going to mess with you a little bit because it'll feel dry. It looks really dry right now. But once the butter gets pressed into it, it'll become a little sticky and stuff like that. So it'll just transform a little bit. But same thing like when you hit your egg, right? There'll be a little wet area. You see it's getting a little difficult here with the plastic paper, so it'll go on the table. Here. And then we're going to use everything that's in there. So we're not going to add any flour to anything. Okay, you notice there's no extra flour on your table. So if it gets stuff like this that's around, scrape it, put it inside, that kind of thing. So we got everything all. That's good enough for me, because it would be difficult to do any more of that. Okay.
You do it with a scraper because you don't want to beat up the potatoes.
No, I just like using the scraper.
Oh,
You can do it
okay.
by hand.
Just for fun.
It's for fun, yeah. You can do it by hand. I won't scold you if you do it by hand. Okay, here we go. Just keep gathering it and scraping it in. See how it looks really dry right now? It looks dry, but that's because the butter's in and the potatoes, everything's kind of in chunks. So as it gets, you'll see it. See how it's starting to stick more. And then just take your scraper. You're using all of it. Don't work too quickly, or it'll go flying all over your neighbor's stuff. There you go, like that.
That's why I have
Nice
8
smell.
months.
Okay, so this is how I'm doing it. I'm taking it 1, 2, and turning it a quarter turn. This. And also another thing to look for is if you're looking at it from the side like these people are, I'm on top of it. I'm using my weight to do it. I'm not out like this, pushing like this. My arms are bent like this, and like this. I'm using it. It takes very little effort the way that I'm doing it. I'm on top of it. On this side, as you can see.
Rücken, hè?
Just kind of rocking on top of it. You can get it, you'll get into a rhythm. You get into a rhythm, you kind of see it. Like this. And the seam is always kind of facing me. Okay, see the seam there? And then over the, just in a couple of minutes, see how much it's changed. Right now I would consider that lumpy looking. And so we're going to work with it until it gets pretty smooth looking. Okay, that's a real technical term, pretty smooth. So
Mashed potatoes.
yeah. It doesn't take, you can see it's not taking very long. But anyway, the angle that I'm doing, the angle that I'm pushing it at is kind of like this, about like this. If you're pushing it down too much, then you're just going to be kind of pushing it into the table. If you're pushing it this way too much, it's going to be, you're going to be kind of ripping it. And so what I'm doing is I'm kind of pushing it about maybe 45 degrees or something like that. Do it slow so you can see. So what happens is this side right here sticks to the table, like that, and then I'm slowly rotating it back like that. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of stretching it, pushing, that's that. You see how it's doing it? This is staying there, this potato right here. You see what it's doing? It's just staying there, this one right here. Stretching it like that. This is a very nice dough. It's a good dough to practice with. It's like the bagel dough. Okay, I'll go a little faster. You can kind of see the rhythm of it. Okay, this is a dough. You could easily double it. Easily double your recipe. It'd be no problem to work it. No problem at all. So if you wanna,
you always do this manual, never in a machine?
what's that?
The kneading, do you always do it by hand?
No.
Not by the machine?
Yes, yes.
For workshops. For
Okay,
workshops.
but we can do it in the machine as well, or is it
Yeah.
still less?
Yeah, so if you were doing it in that type of machine, what would happen is it wouldn't be stuck to the sides like that. It would start out looking really lumpy, and then it would, it would take about the same amount of time actually as doing it by hand, but you can go do other things. And so it would eventually be, you probably have to scrape down your bowl because it would get kind of lumpy. But when I'm doing it, I just put the stuff in my mixer and go do other stuff. But this is, as far as doughs go, this is a very nice one to do by hand. That one that's in the mixer would be a little trickier to do. You can definitely do it, because I've done it by hand, but it would be kind of intermediate. This would be beginner, I'd say, as far as difficulty level goes.
Why is that?
The hydration, this hydration is lower, and the flax seeds in it kind of make it a little bit gooey, a little gooey, and the rice starter makes it sticky, so there's like a few factors that make it a little. Okay, so what happens is, every once in a while, stop and scrape it, and then you'll see that over the course of 5 minutes, you'll start kneading again. See how the table looks right now? Hardly anything is sticking to the table right now. That means it's getting smooth. Okay, that's kind of your key. Very little stuck to the table. Okay? We're not going to need it to be completely smooth, because what we're going to do is we're going to get it so it looks about like this, so you have a reference. Okay, like that. Then we're going to just cover it with your bowl for 15 minutes or so. Let the flour absorb everything, because of the fat being the milk and the butter and the egg. It takes a while. So you could sit here and knead it for 10 minutes, or we could just let it rest for 10 minutes and then we'll come back and knead it for a little bit, and then it'll be nice and smooth. So there's really no point in kneading it after. So we'll get it about like this. That means all the dry ingredients, everything's all pretty uniform. We've got the seam on the bottom on this. And just cover it. And then we'll come back to it in just a few minutes. Give it a chance to suck it in.
Next.